Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new week. It's Monday, and I hope that this is going to be a wonderful week in your life. Um, you remember these? These are red, amber, and green traffic lights. You know, we have issues with traffic lights these days because they don't always mean what they used to mean. And the red light means stop. But these days, it seems to be more a suggestion than an instruction for certain people. And so I know many of us look to the left or right, even though it says that we can go when the green light is on. Well, now, if you think about the Christian life, there's also a set of traffic lights. I remember many years ago listening to a talk by Trevor Hudson, one of our excellent Methodist ministers. He wrote many books on spirituality, which were very good. And he spoke about traffic lights, and that has really stuck with me. Because if you look at traffic lights, the top one and the bottom one are clear instructions. You can stop or you can go. There's no confusion. But when it comes to the amber light or the orange light in the middle, that's where we sometimes take chances and we try to jump the lights and get through quickly before it turns red. Well, if you think of the Christian life, there are also certain things that are absolutely clear. Stop or go. But there's also the orange in the middle that says caution. Caution before you push through. As far as the top light, the red light, the stop light goes, Jesus said, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. If your right eye offends you, pluck it out. Now, that doesn't mean physically. What he's saying is if there's something in your life which is not right, which you know is against the will of God, which is not in keeping with what Jesus would want, then just get rid of it. And sometimes that can be quite painful. Just stop doing it. And that can sometimes be very sacrificial. But it's how we have to deal with those things. No compromise, just stop. And then there are certain things which are orange. I love the story of David. And if you look particularly in his younger years, when he was first king of Israel and before, he would always talk to God before he did anything. And he would say, God, where do you want me to live? Can I go back to my old home in Judah? And he'd wait for God to tell him yes or no. And whereabouts in Judah do you want me to live? And God would tell him, well, go and live in Hebron. And God, should I attack this enemy now or should I wait? And God would say, no, you need to go ahead now. Or he would say no. And he was always looking to God for the guidance that he needed. And there's a verse in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And there are some times in our lives when we really are not sure whether we should stop or whether we should go. And what this verse is telling us is that we can look to God and ask him to lead us to what is in keeping with his will. Recognize the orange light. And then lastly, there is the green light, which says go. And there are some things that are very clear about what we need to do. Jesus, at the end of Mark's gospel, says, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. In other words, reach out to people with the love of God and the word of God. At the end of Matthew, it says, go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. Spread the love, spread the good news of Jesus into this world, and my, how desperately we need it. So in our everyday lives, sometimes there are red lights. No, don't go there. That's not the place to be, and that's not the way to go. And sometimes there are orange lights which say, just be careful, think about it, pray about it, see if it's the right decision. And then the green light. Go. So, as you go into this week, keep your eye on the lights. Try not to jump them, and keep in touch with God. May you have a wonderful week, and may you know God's presence with you every day. Bye for now.